So people think it's a constitutional right to have a driver going down the street blasting rap or heavy metal consistently. Well, let me tell you something about that. That is just plain awful. I mean, there's too many children in there. There's a lot of people who are vulnerable, and they can get hurt very easily by that. People's ears would break. And then, let me tell you something. A lot of people go out of their minds. See, they can't relax too well when there's all sorts of people just blasting everything just because they can't hear well. I mean, that's just bad. I mean, that's drug situated. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, a lot of parents and guardians of their children end up going out of their mind, and then they end up doing things that hold the child responsible for it because they just can't think of anything else to do about it. And I think that's just unfair that you're making all those parents do that, don't you see? I think other drivers are probably likely to see what they could do to damage that person's vehicle. People even threaten to do it. Pedestrians and bicyclists, equestrians often talk about doing damage to the vehicle. Some people who are pretty good at saying they'll do that on their street, you're just asking for someone who will threaten to do damage to your vehicle doing that. And I can tell you right now, that's just the way it goes. People who are enjoying themselves often throw things at the vehicle doing damage in the noises. I tell you, it gets pretty serious. A lot of those people even have weapons because they can't help it. And let me tell you, the police and the prosecuting attorneys often get involved and are never convinced the person who stopped the insane driver is safe. I mean, they think that people can't be right just because they need their peace and quiet. The insurance company for the vehicle often ends up having to sue the person who really didn't have a chance in the situation. And all this leads to the Hall of Shame, in which you see with this person silhouette in black and white stripes. That's just kind of the way it looks. It just doesn't look good. Now, if we agree to stop the use of rap and heavy metal being blasted in the streets by bad drivers, well, we get more people relaxed. And then parents and guardians don't have to act in a way that holds their children responsible for any of the driver's behavior. And other drivers have a way of managing the road without having anybody's unruly behavior deterring them. Pedestrians and bicyclists and equestrians end up refraining from damage thoughts to those vehicles. People aren't as tempted to throw things at the vehicles and damaged in the noises. Police and prosecuting communities won't need to get involved and expect a person to respond in a convincing manner either. There won't be any need for an insurance company to have to sue anybody with or without a chance to avoid the situation. And most everybody gets a medal for being honorable to other people, if you see what I mean. So here's the deal as to what's gonna have to go with this. In fact, all radios are going to have padlocks on them, which means there's no access to rap or heavy metal without pushing the code in which it tells you. And I can tell you one thing, that code is actually not going to get you there as it tells you. It's going to do the contrary, and you're going to be coming home to find that you've dialed the treatment center, and they're going to do whatever they can to hold you in, because it's just too much of a battlefield in our country to have to put up with people who have noise problems. I mean, we have ways of teaching people music in school. We have ways of doing that. And in fact, just so that there's no access to medicine that you could misuse to make into meth, it's going to be disposed of into a lockable disposal thing that actually burns it to ash, so that there's no way that anybody will have a chance to get to making meth ever again. That is that.